Hello, hello, hello everyone. I'm your host Miranda Fritz and welcome back to another episode of Random Randa. I hope everyone had an awesome Valentine's Day and got to eat lots of chocolates, or at least are at the store buying discount chocolate today. I had a very interesting and fun one, fit with everything you might need, including a rather large mysterious gift. I also attended a very fun and interesting event recently that involved a lot of sleeping and snapping. And I'll tell you, that is my kind of party. Seriously, don't worry. I'll tell you all about it later. All right, it's later. So I guess I'll start with my very interesting and most fun Valentine's Day I've ever had. So some of you might remember last week when I spoke about Valentine's Day, my non-existent love life, and the fact that I have always wanted one of those big old mother teddy bears. And it is usually a very quiet, uneventful day for me, even though I do try to dress in correctly themed holiday attire. And this year I expected no different. Well, turns out someone had something different in mind. So I walked into work, and after receiving a few lovely Valentine's gifts from my HR fam, including a beautiful candy bouquet and a giant flask, because you can't have a good Valentine's Day without a giant flask, am I right? Anyways, after the exchanges, they said they had something else to show me. And me being me, I'm like, what is it? And they immediately pointed behind me. So I turned around, and there it was, sitting so innocently in a chair, one of those big old mother teddy bears. I was so excited. I started to, you know what? I could explain my reaction in excruciating detail, but I think it'll be much better if I just show you via my HR mama's cell phone. And please excuse my super red face. I had just gotten out of my workout class.
Look at the bear! Whose bear is this?
Oh,
yours. It's my bear! Oh my God, it's my bear!
But
It's
almost as tall.
I didn't get it for you.
Who got this bear?
That's a good question.
Who got this bear?
He didn't get it for you either, I thought.
Anybody in the office? Do I have to guess?
Nobody in the office got it for you.
Like nobody knows?
Nobody knows.
How do you know it's for me then?
Because who else is going to be?
I was told that it was brought in this morning for you. And it's a secret admirer.
Are you serious?
I swear.
I thought, look, I have my idea who
I think it's safe to say that I was pretty surprised. But I was even more surprised to discover that there was no card or any indication of who sent the most perfect gift ever to be found. So while I loved my bear, the lack of identification slightly worried me. It was a pretty weird feeling. I was kind of in love while also being slightly freaked out. Like technology today is crazy, okay? I had my coworker check for cameras or any tiny people that might be living inside it. You might think I'm crazy, but have you ever seen those videos where the giant bear starts moving while the women are walking around in their house? That was not going to be me. Well, I admit I was worried, but luckily the bear was bug-free. It was also weirdly enjoyable. I was consumed with this mystery bear delivery all day, thinking of who it might be, interrogating my coworkers, and eliminating suspects as the day went by. It was really fun. I guess maybe it's the idea that someone out there thought about me. What's funny is I don't think this person will ever really know how much actual fun I had trying to solve this mystery. Literally all day. So by now, I can pretty much guess what you are all thinking. Did I ever figure it out? Well, I did actually. It took a lot of investigative journalism skills, but by the end of the day, I had found my admirer. As much as I would love to tell you, because I know how much you are all dying to know, the anonymous gifter would like to remain anonymous. Aww. I know, it sucks. Also, I made my awesome HR fam and friends some Valentine gifts as well. I made everyone I could some little slimes to suppress the boredom at work or at school. I also killed 2 stones with 1 bird and made a YouTube tutorial on how I made my slime. Feel free to go check it out. It's actually super easy. Anyway, like I said, it was fun and interesting. And speaking of fun and interesting, me and a couple of friends of mine attended an event that was very much that. Hypnotist Chris Jones. And I'll tell you, not only was he hilarious and super entertaining, he also looked a lot like Drake's doppelganger. Like he looked exactly like him. But don't just take my word for it. Listen to what everyone else has to say on the Random Cam.
When I snap my fingers, you will watch this video.
What we work for here today is a hypnotist. Kind of looks like Drake.
Oh my God, he does.
I know, right? I look like Drake now. You can't. I don't try to. This is just my face. Feel the fist get pulled a little higher towards the sky right now. Feel the fist get pulled a little higher and higher by that string. You're wonderful. Sleep all the way down.
This is what's supposed to happen. This is my job.
Hardly. Your legs are stuck. Your back is stuck. You won't fall.
See the camera? Keep balance, won't fall. Sleep all the way down.
This is what's supposed to happen. Thanks for coming to the show. Thanks for coming to the show. Thanks for coming to sleep. Arms in front of you in the correct zombie position. Cock your head to the side, put on a face that would create fear in the hearts of people. In a moment, I will unleash you on the audience.
Oh my God.
Music starts, eyes open, keep feeling on. 1, 2, 3. Wide awake. Move your body.
I loved it! It was awesome!
I got to see 2 of my friends hypnotized. Yes, I wish I got hypnotized, but I didn't.
Seriously, this is probably one of the best events I've ever been to on campus. But then again, I always love hypnotist shows. Like, I'm a firm believer in all of that junk. And while I've been to quite a few hypnotist shows, this one was rather unique. Typically in hypnotist shows, the hypnotist will pick a few volunteers and bring them up on stage and have them sit in chairs. He then begins to hypnotize them, and usually more than half are asked to sit down because the hypnotist can tell if it isn't working. Then the rest of the show is those few hypnotized people that are left that the audience gets to watch to do silly stuff. But this was more interactive than that. Chris Jones actually hypnotized everyone in the audience that was able. And some people he would have go on stage, but others he would leave in their seats. So anything that he told the people on stage to do, so would the hypnotized people in the audience. Just in case you were wondering, I did not volunteer to be hypnotized. I did not want to be no hypnotized, okay? He warned people before he started that you might get hypnotized. Even looked at me and was like, you might want to put your camera down so you don't drop it, just in case. And I was like, trust me, I'm good. You can't be hypnotized if you consciously oppose the action. Basically, you can't be hypnotized if you really don't want to be. It's kind of like your mind won't let you, and my mind definitely won't let me. I'm kind of a control freak, so I don't like to be out of control. That's why I don't like being drunk. which is funny because that's exactly how the hypnotist explained what being hypnotized is like. Hypnotist shows are always fun because it's always different. It is different whenever there's different people. Every show, and what's cool about this one is it was a bunch of students and peers that we all know. That's what made it better. It's always funnier to watch people you know do stupid things than people you don't. Some of the highlights of the show were hypnotized people completely forgetting their names, a dance party that ended in everyone getting arrested, becoming zombies, and almost eating the awake audience, and becoming superheroes where everyone was whatever superhero they wanted to be with whatever superpower they wanted to be, except flying. That's bad. Apparently someone tried to fly off the stage and they broke their leg. Yeah, that's not good. Some of the superheroes included Choppy, whose superpower was to chop things, and Chairman, whose superpower was to find people comfortable chairs, and we of course can't forget Cattle Caller, whose superpower was to call cows, and it went a little something like this. Ah!
I feel really relaxed.
Can you repeat your superhero?
I was the cattle caller,
You were!
and I yelled really loud. I grew up on a farm, and I always wish that I could herd cattle on demand with my voice, and so that's how I...
At the end of the show, he unhypnotized people, and before he snapped his fingers, he told everyone who was hypnotized that he was Drake and that they were at a Drake concert until they exited the room. And I'm telling you, these people were convinced. I asked hypnotized people before we left the room and after, and you can always see the wave of realization, slight embarrassment, and usually laughter. While hypnotist shows can provide hilarious entertainment for those of us who are too afraid to let go and lose control, hypnosis can actually be very beneficial. It can be used to lessen pain during childbirth, kick in addiction, depression, anxiety, and much more. It is kind of like unconscious therapy, and it is backed by scientific research, including the American Psychological Association. I wonder if they could hypnotize me into not liking food so much and to actually like exercising. Even if they couldn't, I don't think I could give up that kind of life. Well, I hope I hypnotized you guys enough to enjoy the show as much as I did. That's the show. Bring in the dancing Aggie.